A little bit of background before this story. I'm the developer of Gimkit Cheat, a user script that does exactly what it sounds like. It lets users cheat in Gimkit, the educational browser game. Recently, it was brought to my attention that Gimkit Flutter no longer works. Gimkit Flutter was a script that was made by someone else that provided a way to automatically have accounts connect to a Gimkit game and then just sit there. I figured that I'd try my hand at remaking it, and I didn't realize the absolute rabbit hole that decision would lead me down. First things first, looking at the calls that we make to the server. It all begins by calling find info from code. This returns information about a game when given a code. Simple stuff. All works. Next up is a call to matchmaker join. This is where the fun begins. All it apparently takes is three things: the name you want to join with, the internal ID of the room to join into, and a seemingly innocent client type. Right, this doesn't look too bad. We get the room ID from the find info from code call, so it's just a matter of plugging that in along with our name of choice. For good measure, I'll even include the client type, although it probably isn't necessary. Let's give it a try. What? Let's try it again. Alright, so there's clearly something wrong here. Let's take a closer look at client type. Here's what it looks like on Edge, which I was using. And here it is on Firefox. Notice something a little suspicious? If you spotted the massive amount of Unicode characters hidden in the middle, that's right. There's more to this client type than meets the eye. Let's take a look at the code to see how it's generated. An embarrassingly long time spent console.tracing later, I've made it back to where it's generated. There's something awfully funky going on. Something's being generated and hiding something? Let's take a closer look at this hide function. Alright, this is very clearly some sort of library to encrypt something or other. It has this string as a default for R. You don't suppose that... Yep, Gimkit is using this library called stagcloak to hide something in this client type string. The only way to encrypt it or decrypt it is with the super secret password of BSKA. What's it hiding? Let's take a closer look at R. It's generating this function that's just a little bit up. What the heck's going on here? Let's tackle the elephant in the room first. These massive functions that look like they're decrypting something or another. A quick trip back to GitHub shows us that Gimkit is using string crypto here, and it's pretty trivial to get what the output of the function is. After decrypting all the strings, the line looks like so. Document.querySelector, and then this selector for a meta tag with int_JID. Manually running this confirms that, yep, this tag exists. After doing all that, Gimkit gets the value of the tag and then reverses it for some reason. After getting this elusive value, which I'm going to call JID, we can encode it into client type, and hey presto, it works. Let's recap. In order to get the client type property, we need to 1. Request a fresh join page. 2. Extract this JID meta tag's content. 3. Reverse it. 4. Encode it into the client type string using stagcloak. And 5. Finally, ask to join the game. Side note, it also looks like the JID we ultimately obtain is also encrypted, since it follows the same format as the other encrypted strings. There's no real reason to try and find out how to decrypt it, since we send it over while it's still encoded, and even if we could decrypt it, it would probably just be a random UUID. With that out of the way, the rest is pretty easy. Get info about the room, connect to the WebSocket. I just thought this measure Gimkit put in place to stop my shenanigans was pretty unique and a lot of fun, and wanted to share it. That's all. See ya!